Hey.
See my brother. Let's see.
There we go.
All right.
What's going on? Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
I can't hear them. Can y'all hear us?
Mm-hmm.
Hear you.
Okay, say something because I can't hear y'all.
Say something. Say something.
I can't hear them at all.
I know. Look, my brother rapping.
Demetrius, I need a t-shirt.
Yeah, I had you on yesterday at the academy, sister, and the trainer. They were like, Zen, you better get your ass booked today.
I hear no sound.
Well, I'm gonna be in Zen, get my ass booked today.
I turn on my laptop.
I need some of your merch.
Can I hear it from out there? Okay, let's unmute.
That's what Angie's supposed to be doing for her brother.
I know. It's
okay. There we go. There we go.
So
y'all
you can
know
hear
y'all
us
live,
now?
right?
Yeah, we're.
I can hear you now.
Hey man, this family, girl.
Okay.
See, we understand.
What's up, fam? What's up? See, if y'all were in here with me tonight, we wouldn't be having these issues. But because we have to do something else.
Hey, we got some things going on right now.
Listen. You know, business is good. That means business is good.
Yes.
Okay, but I need a I know yourself shirt.
Or know yourself.
Right, but I'm saying I need a know yourself shirt.
Hey, we're working on that. We have the person. We have the right person. You know, it's a work in progress right now.
It's a work in process. Well, welcome everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're just getting hit on all ends today. Patrick is coming in, so yeah, I don't know what's going on today. I really don't. I don't know why the enemy think Patrick is backstage. I don't know why the enemy think he gonna stop this show because he just not like that. We don't run like that. We don't stop those shows. Let's keep it moving.
This is
so, huh?
I said that's why this is the perfect topic to discuss.
It is the perfect topic to discuss. So I hope everybody had a good week. And you know, this is Wellness October. And so tonight we're talking about doing something strange for your change. I really like that because we're not talking money. We're talking your physical, mental, spiritual well-being, healthy wellness, self-change. Things that people don't really think about. And so we're going to get into regulating your nervous system. And now I have feedback, and I didn't have feedback before. So it's just really important to get yourself together, y'all. So Tamara Johnson, owner of Enso Apothecary, is joining us tonight, as well as Dimitrius Glenn, who is the owner of Know Yourself Fitness and Mentoring, and he is the yoga program director for Enso Apothecary. So once again, you guys know that I don't bring like junk on the show for y'all. Like, I bring reputable people who have very good skills, talents, knowledge. So, how y'all doing tonight?
Phenomenal.
Great.
Phenomenal.
Great. Phenomenal. See, that's what I'm talking about. So, how are we gonna kick this off? Because I'm always out of sorts. I am always out of sorts. My little nervous system be all over the place. So, how my two gurus tonight, how do we go about fixing it so the nervous system is not wreaking havoc?
Well, with anything, the first thing is acknowledging it. And
well, I acknowledge that I am a big old miss.
I think everyone collectively is. I mean, look at the environment we're living in right now. We all like to take it back a little bit. We were all fortunate to have be 70s babies that were raised in the 80s, that were kind of coming into our adulthood in the 90s. And what that allowed us to experience was more of a village network, in a sense, as far as we were what a lot of people are experiencing now is that we have just been siloed into this individual system, and a lot of people are isolated, especially after COVID. And then you throw in economic changes that are out of your control, systemic changes, all of the isms, which brings us today where you're recovering from all of that. And of course you would be dysregulated. So hopefully by the end of this show, we will give viewers, everyone tuned in, tools on how to reclaim your rest, reclaim your inner power, learn how to balance yourself when it's just so chaotic. Because again, if you can do something strange by acting different, balancing yourself, staying calm, you can't help but change and change everything around you.
That's true. That's true. D?
And you can also take it from another perspective, which adding on to Big Sis, recognizing that if you're in fight or flight or if you're in rest, like where are you? If you're in fight or flight, that means that you're always in this mode of stress. So your hormones change. You know, cortisol is added to the bloodstream, so you're always up. You know, looking for something. You know, so instead of being hyper vigilant, where you have this elevated alertness, just looking out to make sure that everything is safe for you, you're beyond that. Like you're looking and having expectations of something to happen to you. You know, so your stress levels are high. So that means that your recovery and rest is probably minimal. And we're not even talking about food, because if you look at the brain makes up 5% of the total. Well, put it this way: your brain makes up 5% of the total capacity of your body, but takes up 25% of the calories. So when they say, you know, you are what you eat, and the way you think is based on how you eat, and feed your brain, feed your body, feed your brain, what you give yourself, you know, goes to the head first. We got to process that too. 25% of your caloric intake is for the brain, and it makes up 5%. Wow. It takes up 5% space in your body. So just a few things that that we can definitely be aware of. Where are you currently? Fight or flight, or you're in rest mode? And either way, you can have issues.
Yeah.
So fight or flight. That's I'm gonna protect myself or I'm going to flee, right? And so when your brain is sending that signal, you already messed up.
Mhm. You already gone. Your volume went out.
My mic muted and I'm
There it
talking.
There
is.
it is. Okay.
Okay.
There it is.
So yeah, it is you have to understand like where you are in order to do anything with your nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it wasn't for Tamara teaching me that,
Mhm.
I really would be a big basket case right now. Like I have gotten really good at recognizing like where I am mentally, emotionally, spiritually, where my nerves are, what my feelings are, and that's all because of Tamara. It's
Yeah.
like, sis, trust your instincts.
I mean,
Intuition.
yeah, intuition, because you have to think, especially as women, we are raised to think outwardly. Everything is about taking care of our external world, serving our external world, showing up for our external world. We were not taught how to really go inward and take care of ourselves. Even when you think about just certain things that, like, if you're in church, you're outwardly praying to an external source. You know, you're outwardly seeking, even when it comes to just making sure your basic needs are met, you're outwardly seeking currency. Nothing,
Mhm.
no one really taught us how to stay embodied and how to check in with yourself, tap into your feelings, because a lot of times we just were taught to do. We're here to do. We're here to have a purpose. We're here. And that was one of the things that helped me turn things around, was learning how to go inward, learning how to be still, be quiet, to balance my nervous system, which again helps repair that brain, especially when you go into meditation. And then that goes deeper into your nervous system, which is the command center of your body. And if you're just constantly anxious, and as brother was talking about, your hormones, if you are staying in a chronic state of stress, it's only so much that your body can handle before that turns into some more severe health ailments. So if you're able to tap in with now, just by learning how your body feels, here recently in some of the sessions, there's a fun check that I do, and
Mhm.
everybody viewing, again, this is doing something a little strange to help you change. I just put the finger under the nose, you take a deep breath in, and you blow through your nose, and you identify which nostril the air is coming out more dominantly. So
Wow.
which
That's
side
crazy.
what side did was for you? Which one came out with more dominant breath?
My right.
Mm-hmm. Demetrius.
Yeah. Now, the last time we did this, I'm getting better. I have balance. So I'm feeling it more left, but it's more of a balance with the
It's
right,
about right.
because I was in that damn we in.
Yeah.
So it was, oh
Yes.
boy, I didn't even think I could even breathe through the damn left nostril. I'm like, dang, ain't nothing coming through this thing, man.
You're like,
But
what happened? What is wrong with me?
but that is one of the quick body scans to let you know where you are. So if you are on the right, your body is in fight or flight. And that just means you're in an ancient state, because, again, you're having technical difficulties. You're wanting the show to go smoothly. You're probably revved up. There's Patrick. Where's
What's up, big
Patty?
bro?
I
You
was
got
in fight or flight
you're in
because
fight or flight. You're in fight or flight. And
oh
then
my
our calm brother over here would know yourself. He was in rest and digest. So what your nervous system is doing, between your brain and nervous system, it's going through this cycle of trying to keep you balanced all the time. So naturally, your breathing pattern is going, and your nervous system is going to fluctuate between your parasympathetic, which is the your rest and digest, and then your sympathetic system, which is fight or flight, just to stay balanced. But if you're staying on one side, that's when the problems come in. And
we're gonna make Pat do it and see what happened with Pat.
Yeah,
because he's probably gonna be the left because he all calm and cool, and I'm all, oh my
God. And when you have balance, it's called homeostasis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! See, right. I'm not balanced. I'm not balanced at all.
When you in balance with both homeostasis. See?
Okay, so Pat, you have to take your finger and put it under your nose.
Smell it. Smell it.
Now blow out your nose.
Take a deep breath in first, Patrick, and then blow out.
Through your nose.
Breathe through your nose and identify which nostril had more dominant air coming out or more air coming out.
Seemed like it was the same in both.
See, I told you he was gonna be balanced.
All right, we'll take it.
Good. We'll take that. We were just teaching everybody a quick body scan on how to check where, if you need to be regulated or not in your nervous system, and bringing everything to balance. Yes. And to go a little. Oh, go ahead. Who was it Patrick or Dimitrius?
No, I'm nodding in agreement. I'm just getting caught up. I've been locked out. They've had me in the lobby this whole time. Someone please call 911.
That's okay. We're all here.
Tim, Nicole said, can you explain that one more time?
Oh, yeah. So basically, we could start from the beginning. Your nervous system is made up of your sympathetic and parasympathetic. And basically, those meanings are fight or flight or rest and digest. They swing naturally. They are on like a 2-hour cycle. Your nervous system will kind of extend both ways. But if you happen to be out of balance too long, there's steps, to scan in, holistic methods to just help bring everything back, like breathing techniques, movement techniques. And we'll get into that later, but I at least wanted to explain how important it is. And when you are in fight or flight, the vagus nerve is what you want to activate, because the vagus nerve is the nerve, one of the longest nerves that starts from the cranial all the way down to the base of your spine. And what that does when you activate it, it activates rest. And so it all works together. If we don't know the inside, we're out of control on the outside. So
like your girl, I'm just out of control today. I'm breathing from my right. Patrick is just all balanced. He's just all balanced. Tim, what was you? Are you balanced?
I'm on rest and digest. Shockingly, because today was a doozy, but I did do some breathing exercises before we got on. So,
see, why I got to be the odd man out? I'm just saying.
Okay, that's why we're here. That's why we're
here. Okay, so what are some other things we can do to regulate? So you already said breathe, pay attention to fight or flight, or if you're resting, or if you're balanced and all. So what are some other things we can do?
I'll let Dimitrius go, but I'll walk through some simple movements once he's done.
Okay.
Reflexology and massage therapy.
Love it.
Wow. If you're not familiar with reflexology is an old method and technique of working with the feet and our going back to the nervous system again. We have nerves all through our feet and in our toes, and you can and all of that is connected to every organ that we have in our body in our feet. So they work out everything from tension to stress. You can have tension pockets in your feet. They work all of that out, at the base, at the bottom of your feet, and they work all the way up to the calf, all the way up to the bottom of the knee. And what you get with that is, you actually get this clearance or this what I call cleansing. And because there's a lot that happens with our feet, and we're supposed to be barefoot a lot of the times, and we're supposed to be in nature, being barefoot in grass. We're not supposed to be on concrete. Concrete damages us a lot, whether we have shoes on or not. But reflexology will help out with that, and it's also an extension of massage therapy, because with the massage therapy, you want to be able to release what you have physically, because you're struggling psychologically and mentally, so it shows up in your body. And we have what's called fascia. So we have fascia that covers every part of our body has fascia, and a lot of times the fascia has a lot of tension. I like to call them tension balls, like small little bitty clear balls that we have everywhere. And if you ever gotten a massage before, sometimes you can actually touch your skin, your muscle, and you can actually go over, little bumps or lumps in your muscle. Those are tension pockets, and they need to be released. So a lot of times we just physically need to release it as well. So we can talk about mental release, but if your body is this tight, wound up ball, I'm gonna use the ball as an example. If you're just super tight physically, then it's difficult for you to mentally and psychologically release, because your body is tight. So sitting, you have struggles with sitting. You have struggles with your lower back because it's difficult because you're tight. So to sit up straight is work for the average person. Just sitting up straight is work. So if you're not releasing physically, it makes it difficult to even get everything else that you need for you to be taken care of.
Okay, but wait. Go back to tension. You said tension balls in your...
I call them tension pockets. Sometimes have you ever gotten a massage and it was like this little bump and your body moved like, ooh, what is that? So those are tension pockets, and some of them are small, some of them are big, and what the therapist has to do, they have to work that tension out of that space. So it's going back to what Big Sis was saying. When we have tension pockets or we have stress in our body, another way outside of physically releasing is using your breath to release. You can literally focus on an area and breathe that area into submission and into relaxation. Literally, physically, you can do it. I do it all the time. It's real. Adrian, it's real. It's real. It's real.
Okay, bro, I need some lessons.
We've done that. We've done that in class.
Did we do that in class?
Yeah, you focus on the body part. You take a deep breath in. You ask it to relax. Breathe out. Relax.
Okay, but see, I was relaxed then. So I probably didn't even realize. I probably didn't even realize from yoga and Yoga Fit that I was stressed out, because okay, I'm gonna have to pay attention to that. Tension.
And that's and that's so important to add on to what he was saying. So many of us equate talk therapy to holistic self-care, or that being the only form of therapy. But what really healed me was movement. And that was one of the reasons why yoga transformed my life, because you're able to not only mentally stay in the now. That's one of the only practices you could do that keeps you out of the past, and out of the future. You're in the present moment. You have regulated breathing, and you're doing some deep stretch sequenced movements that are helping you work all this tension and issues out of your body. That's one of the only times you're really focused in on your breath. So, and it's releasing endorphins. So it's so healing. I cannot speak on it enough. But to add on again to what brother was talking about, Adrian, we can work through a few exercises now, since you said you're a mess. And you're all working.
Everybody breathing, and I'm the one up here messed up.
But I want listeners to know, because most of our lives, especially in the big city, we're in DFW, we are in a car or we are sitting at a desk or we're sitting down right now on a podcast. I mean, most of our lives we're sitting. And to have access to some movements that can activate the vagus nerve, we can start by just regulating your breathing, because right now, if you're anxious, your breathing is shallow. Is probably at a faster pace. It's from the chest area. And that's okay, because
I'm stressing about the podcast because we have all of these technical difficulties.
Yeah. Again, we're in that external lane of just doing, but we need to learn how to be. And being is just being inward and just going internal and not living in that external, because right now external is chaotic. So we could start by first just kind of finding some stillness. I love to sit up straight. Your spine needs to be erect, making sure your shoulders are relaxed. We don't want our shoulders up here. We want our shoulders relaxed. And just take a deep breath in right now. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. And slowly open your eyes. Keep a more regulated pace. I thought it was interesting that everyone closed their eyes, so we all did that a little bit. And now for the next move, this is really important. This is one of those things where people will think you're doing something strange. Grab your ears and just pull. Pull on your lobe. And in the mornings, this is something great to start off with, because what this is doing is activating that vagus nerve, and it is allowing your body to find rest. So imagine sitting at your desk, pulling on your ear, and people are looking at you crazy, and you're just like, I'm doing something strange for some change. But you want to try to do this for about a minute. But this is one of those things that is accessible for you when you're on the go and may not have a lot of time. This is just something simple that you could do. And so we'll do that. So we'll just kind of shake that out, see how we feel. The next thing is just tilting your head to one side and just taking your hand and literally caressing your neck down. Literally. You can do that for a minute. This is something you could do maybe at a stoplight, behind the desk. And what is really lovely about these things, when you are in a high stress state, sometimes just doing these will activate a yawn. Wow. And that's what you want. That's what you want. Because again, you're giving your body permission to go into a rest and digest. And of course, you'll do the other side, but I at least just wanted to demo just simple things that you could do to activate, again, the largest nerve. I knocked my earring out, y'all. That goes from all the way to the base of the spine. And then lastly is chest tapping. So if we sit up straight right underneath your clavicle bone, I always feel comfortable crossing my hands, sometimes even interconnecting my thumbs, because it feels like a hug. And then just tap. And this is going to be similar to you getting your back patted as a baby. But this is also resetting your nervous system, getting it out of fight or flight, getting your body out of an anxious state. Just simple little things that may look strange, but it is actively helping you calm down and helping your nervous system. So just in that little sequence, we did box breathing, We did our ear massage and pulling. We did our neck caressing, and we did chest tapping. All of those are all right, Patrick. All of those are amazing techniques that will induce your body into a state of being in a more regular space, because it doesn't benefit us at all, especially right now in a chaotic political climate, a chaotic economic environment, to stay in fight or flight. We have to find stillness. We have to find balance and calm within, because as all of us know, when we change and we have our mind focused on what we really want, there's always a divine intervention that comes in and assists with that. And that intervention can't always come if you're outside of yourself and you're anxious. That's when you start attracting the not so good energy.
Y'all keep talking. I'm getting info to our people on both stages.
Oh, right.
I will add on in American Sign Language, this in American Sign Language is happy. So we're talking about this, but in American Sign Language, this is happy.
That's happy.
And
I like it.
And then this right here is when you're very excited. I'm excited. So these are symbols.
I'm so excited.
That we actually use a lot. Just adding on to physical things, because sometimes when you just touch and talk, you're touching and talking, you're telling yourself this means excitement, and then you start the swaying, which is a relaxant within itself, because you're working on waves,
right?
Too, so that works, and along with speaking what you want to be. Going back to positive affirmations. My first positive affirmation that I memorized was very, very short, but it was everything always works out for me. And then I went to everything always works out for me better than expected. And then I also played with it. It don't matter what kind of attitude you have that day. If you say that, it's still gonna be right. I've actually tried it. I like everything always works out better than I expect. Shit. and then I mean the energy is matching because that's what you want. And then I was like, man, everything always works out better than I expect. Man, everything always works out better than what I expect. It doesn't matter how you say it, the energy comes across. That's what you want. Say what you want. We don't have to say if or when and all that type of stuff. We're talking about current. That's what I expect now. That's what it's going to be. So lock in, tap in to where you are now, because the energy, like what Big Sis was saying earlier, when we're in that fight or flight, that frequency, we operate in that frequency. So people and things come in through that energy level and through that frequency. And then when we elevate ourselves from that, then our assistance and partnerships come from that as well, because you're operating on the levels that you really want to be at. So the people will be there, or the things will be there, to help you move forward. And sometimes you just have to stop and be still. I know we've all heard that in our life. Sit down somewhere. Sometimes you need to do that as well. And that can be strange. That can be part of the strange for your change. You don't move, and everybody looking at you like, man, what's wrong with you? I'm good right now. I'm just gonna stay here.
Yes.
So sometimes we don't have to move and we don't have to do anything. We just have to be still and gather ourselves, recalibrate, and then come up with a plan of action. We just can't be still with no plan of action without working inside, out, and then have movement. Because you can't be sitting there hoping and wishing and praying, and that's it. You gotta have some action with that too.
As a way of testimony, I learned the spiritual side of this before I learned the clinical side. So before we learn, the activation of the sympathetic nervous system, before we've learned those different things, I'm a son of the church. And one of the things that I was always challenged with is that the people that was exempling God were poor representations of who God was, because they preached one thing but lived something completely opposite. when I learned the depth of Proverbs 11:1. Now, Proverbs 11:1, anybody that grab it, in the Message translation, it says that an unbalanced life is an abomination. And I learned early that God doesn't want us being more natural than we are spiritual. He doesn't want us being more spiritual than we are natural. He wants us to be balanced. So when she began to start talking about the spiritual part that he then comes in and assists when you are balanced, I learned that anxiety simply means that you are stuck in the future and you are worried about something that has yet to even come to pass. And that is a gentle reminder that you need to return back to the present. And the body is a very unique machine. And I love the conversation tonight because many people don't know how to read the body. Most of us don't even know. There could be, some of us could be around somebody that you lose your attraction to and their scent changes. And you're trying to figure out what's going on. Your body is telling you that you no longer feel the same about the person that we don't learn how to read the cues that the body gives. So if I'm feeling anxiety, I'm going to feel it in my muscles. If I'm feeling disgust, I'm going to feel it in my mouth. If I feel, I feel it in my chest. If it's intuition, I'm going to feel it in my gut, in my stomach. Your body is telling you where these things are being processed, but we don't know how to read the body. So we're lost. So when you're talking about being grounded, when you're talking about breathing, moving, touching, tapping, all of this is recentering and realigning your body, because the truth of the matter is you can't accomplish anything unless you're in alignment. And all of these things that they're speaking to, even though I jumped in the conversation late, I'm hearing alignment, posture. I was looking at something the other day and I told my son, he came walking in the room. I said, do me a favor. I said, walk back out of my room, straighten your back, hold your head erect and walk back in. Posture changes even your attitude. It changes your confidence level. It changes who you are. So thank you all for this conversation, having it tonight, because I'm hearing so much about realignment. And just like I was speaking first about the church, we hear a lot of these things, but we don't know how to do it.
Right.
There's nobody teaching us how to realign. Simple breathing exercise. You mean to tell me that me grabbing my ears, and we've all seen it. Watch this. Bad Boys. And he was doing this and going woo-saw. And this was a comical thing, but this is the reality. Like, these are things that are actually work. Like, I'm seeing this and like, okay, we've seen this before. We just didn't know what it was. We've seen this before. We didn't know what it was. Think about African ancestry, when a lot of their movement is this, and they're doing this while they're shaking. This is like, we've seen it. We just didn't know what it was. Powerful conversation, awesome revelation. Thank you for connecting the two, because again, I had the spiritual, but before I was able to get the clinical side of this, I still even understood that spiritually, God wants us balanced. He wants us to be balanced people, because he even said it. Hey, I don't want you being hot, like, choose a side. What you gonna pick a side? what are you gonna be? Are you gonna be hot? You're gonna be cold? You're gonna be for it? You're gonna be against it? Like, pick a side, because even if you're riding that thin line of the middle, he said, I can't even deal with you. So this is an awesome conversation. Thank you both for the nuggets that you have dropped, because I'm in writing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And another thing I want to add, adding on to Pat, the way we're perceived changes. So you hear about people walking into a room and then everybody turning and looking like, who is that dude with them glasses? Who that with that Kango on? Who that dude? Who that is? Who that is?
Who that is?
And it really does happen when you walk in and people want to know who you are, or people just tend to gravitate towards you in certain specific conversations. You don't even know the person, but they feel safe you know, and it makes a difference. It really does, because the way that you operate, somebody is feeling that, and like, man, I actually think I identify with this person based on how this person feels, and I don't even know this person. Let me introduce myself, and then that's one of the mainstays of networking. You're gonna gravitate towards somebody who you actually feel some type of likeness with, and then once you have your conversation, then you're gonna know you're either gonna resonate or you're not. You know, once you have the conversation. So it's the frequency and the energy first, and then after that, once you engage in conversation, you get to see who you're dealing with. They get to see you as well, and then you make decisions if you're going to move forward. You know, so I think a lot of times if we go off, like one of my favorite principles, in indigenous principles: know self first, love self first, respect self first. Then you can know, love, and respect other people. So when you're in a knowing of you, you can walk in any place, anywhere across the globe. You're not fearful for, you know, how things are going to be for you. You're going to walk in and people are going to receive you. But on the other side, people are also going to shun you because everybody don't want all that. And you got to be open for that too, because that's not for you. So you can't take it personal. So it goes back to managing your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can I still vibrate high and then meet somebody who totally opposes that and lets you know, and then still operate on a high level without taking it personal? You know, so that's the other side of being present. Going, just piggyback off of what Pat was saying.
That's good.
You gotta be present too. You know, when all that stuff happens, just because you up here don't mean everybody happy that you up there. They look at you like, why you so happy? Ain't nobody that happy all the time. What's wrong with you?
But to add on to that, staying embodied is accepting that and not trying to force a connection.
Absolutely.
Recognize it, and it's okay. It's not even bad blood. It's just that, that energy doesn't resonate. Let me move on. Because another way to keep your nervous system regulated is to stay around like-minded, like-kinded individuals. And sometimes that changes. Adrian and I were talking about this last night. Right now, because our overall society and environment is so chaotic, there's not really room to give a lot of people benefit of the doubt. There's no room to perform. There's no room in order to stay on that high frequency and to stay on an aligned path. You really do need to know, oh my God, why do I feel this way? You know, I don't want to perform, because the way I know I'm in the right place and I'm around the right people is I feel completely calm, you know, and I feel completely safe, and I don't feel like I need to be outside of myself or or code switch or perform. That's when you're not in your authentic state. If you're not in your authentic state, that for me, that's when I know to exit stage left. And we have to start tapping into that. And even when you're in a workspace where you don't necessarily have control over that, that's when the breathing exercises, some of those quick touch points to keep you regular. Because unfortunately, we live in a crazy world where money is an energy exchange. And I hope within my lifetime that stops, because that's ridiculous. God didn't wake up and say, let there be money. So, and that is an energy exchange that has a lot of people.
Yes, it does.
Dysregulated.
Yes, it does.
Not natural.
Yes,
So I think when people see it that way, you can rearrange your life in a way that better serves you, because that's exactly what I had to do. And it's not a quick fix. I mean, by the time I came into this awareness in 2015, I was able to leave corporate in 2019. And I'm still working. I have created a life that's safe and makes me feel good. And I'm putting so much good out in the world and helping others go inward and take better care of themselves holistically. But it wasn't an easy thing to do, but I did it. And you just recognize that because you are confined in this capitalistic structure, again, regulate yourself, and that divine intervention is going to come in and assist you and align you with the right people, places, and opportunities.
In September, we was doing rapid fire questions. And I often reflect on one of the questions that Nick asked me, and she says, what would be your greatest legacy, like your greatest contribution? What would, when you leave, what is going to be the best thing said? And I told her that I got to the point of understanding the totality of the statement, to thine own self be true. And I told her I want to leave a legacy of honesty. Not material things, not cars, not houses, not money, but honesty. So many times we live a life of dishonesty, not even being true to who we are, disingenuine to our core values, our core beliefs, our standards. And basically what you just said, the exchange, money is the exchange of energy. We see it happening every day. You know, people talking about people can't be bought. Watch the news. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. And it is happening every day. And I still go back to that. And that still, again, is in alignment with what you said about centering yourself. Getting to the place where you really begin to understand, I can't put unrealistic expectations on people.
Right.
It governs me. So if I tell people I have a standard for being on time, but I can't make you be on time, it's my standard. The way I deal with that, where I don't end up in the place of anxiety, saying I would like to think that those who are going to the event with me will be on time. But in the event that they don't, I will get there on time, so I will leave on time. So when everybody said, "Hey Pat, where you going?" I was here at 8. Y'all got here at 8:45. It's 9:15. I'm out. I will talk to y'all later. But this is how you're able to govern your life, where you stay out of that zone of being anxious and having to perform. And I don't want them to think ill. No, I don't care what you think about me. I don't mind being the villain in your story as long as I'm the hero in mine. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be true to myself. If you realize the amount of work that it takes to get into alignment and to center yourself, we always talk about protecting our peace. Most people don't even know what that really looks like. It's just something that we throw around, like calling people a narcissist. Narcissism is a clinical diagnosis, and half of the people who use the word don't even know what it means, don't even know what it looks like, let alone you have the ability to diagnose somebody with it. So I am really learning when it comes being honest and true to yourself. Y'all, you will take the pressure off of yourself. Performance leaves the window. Somebody asked me one day when it came to what do I do? Are you working or having fun? I said, I'm doing both. I'm gonna let you figure out which one it is. I love what I'm doing. That's why I showed up, because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing it. I love what I'm doing. And so at the end of the day, this is beautiful. People, somebody who's listening, like, share, subscribe, send this message to somebody that needs to get this. Y'all, this is too rich. You can't pay for this type of information. This is rich. It might be simple, but y'all, this will save your life. Take a moment. There are people who are locked up because of impulse. There are people who are in the grave because of impulse. If they would have taken a moment and centered themselves. I'm going to the hospital last week, but I'm taking somebody, and the person who's in front of me think that I'm following them. And they pull into the hospital parking lot, roll their window down, and yelling and screaming and cursing me out. Why are you following me? Why are you following me? Man, just leave. Just go. And they're cursing and they're making a scene. And all I did was park my car, got out, and went inside the hospital. I never exchanged a word with them. But I'm thinking to myself, you need to park your car and come in, because clearly you're having a breakdown in this moment. But what they didn't know is that if they had gotten out that car, I had 17 friends ready to meet them.
Fast, quick.
But my point is, I didn't escalate the situation by yelling back or screaming back or exchanging an energy with them. I wasn't on their frequency. Absolutely. My agenda was to go into the hospital. No matter what you were doing, it was not going to deter my agenda. My agenda was to get into the hospital. I didn't have to engage with them. This is how you know you're centered. Now, if you're out there, what they say is better to keep your mouth closed and be thoughtful than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. So I was centered. There was no need for me to engage with that brother. He was just having a day. It didn't have nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Great information. Great information.
all right. So no questions in the chat. Everybody is agreeing with what has been said. So Tamara, closing thoughts.
If you want more of this, I know that this is like a shameless plug. Please visit us on ensoapothecary.com. Not only do we have the
It's
yoga,
her.
it's me. Yeah, you've been enjoying those bath salts.
Oh my God. I'm like coming to me. It is you. I can't believe it all my life. It is you. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, visit Enso Apothecary at ensoapothecary.com. And she
Yes.
also has some wonderful events coming up.
Absolutely. We have one coming up this Saturday. So I am also a domestic abuse survivor, and I will be hosting a special session this weekend, walking you through how to get on the other side of things through calming your body, some yoga sequences. Everyone has heard of the warrior pose. There is a beautiful love story that coincides with that sequence of movements. And I am going to walk you all through that and then direct you on how to point that love inward. So, yes.
And what time is that on Saturday?
Saturday at 10 a.m. at Camp Carter YMCA. So if you are in the DFW area and want to enjoy the most beautiful campgrounds, and as Dimitrius said, we need to be in nature. We get to forest bathe. We get that green detox. Come out, experience this event. The best part about the event, it is free. So we're going to be doing a lot more. Just go to if you're not shopping our products, go to the event section and you'll see all of our upcoming events.
And it's located on the left-hand side of the website. The third one down.
Yes, if you're on your mobile device, then Dimitrius.
Yes, it is the third one down. Okay, brother, tell us about Know Yourself and how can people reach you?
Well, right now you can, if you have any type of questions or if you want to just reach out in communication, my email address is literally knowyourselffitnessmentoring@gmail.com. So you can reach out there. Of course, you can get my information, phone number as well. If you need that, to talk directly, because I know everybody's communication style is different. Some people want to email versus talk on the phone. So however you want to do it, we can make it happen. My phone number is 469.
Hold on, back up.
Okay.
Give me your email one more time.
So Know Yourself Fitness Mentoring @gmail.com.
Okay, and your number?
469-226-6575.
226-697-6575. Oh, okay. That's almost like LaJoy's number. Okay.
And we host events side by side most of the time. Our principle, again, with balance, it follows my art. So we did that on purpose to show both masculine and feminine energy, because yoga is presented to be very feminine, very skinny, muscular, and we're wanting to bring everyone. We're including everyone. It is a safe, inclusive space to practice, to ground yourself, to center, to give you a Zen fuel. That's one of our new words, a Zen fueled experience. So
like yoga fit.
Yes, yoga fit.
Anything else? Okay, Patrick.
This went by so fast.
I know. 50 minutes goes by fast.
If this has been a blessing to you, the ways to give is on the screen. We want to definitely. No, I'm just kidding. I'm listening. I cannot tell you enough. Listen, I'm going back and getting my box. Y'all, I'm gonna help plug. I'm serious. Y'all, if y'all listen, this has changed my life. I'm for real. This here, this right here, it's bad English, but it is good understanding. This right here, this here. All I'm telling you is thank me later. Go to this website, y'all. I'm serious. Apothecary. Oh my God.
Yes,
Listen.
everything is made with 6 or less, all natural ingredients. All the ingredients have been kissed by the sun. So as you're taking care of yourself outwardly, this is going internal because it is invoking and a remembering these ingredients your body knows what to do with, and you are being changed at a cellular level. We promise. Oh, you're
So,
It is, listen, it's amazing. It's amazing. And the fact that you guys are taking out of your time and you're coming and you're sharing, I will personally just say thank you. Again, it is just always good to have this information. And I will say it this way and I'm done. Our people are destroyed because we lack knowledge. We need to learn to value information. And there was a wealth of information given on this podcast tonight. I say often, and I relinquish my stand, sometimes we're looking for people to add to our income when we really should be looking for people to add to our wealth. Information is wealth.
yeah, I hope someone got what they needed out of this. I do this all the time, and people do look at me crazy. I didn't even realize that I was doing something strange for my
I'm
change.
serious. I'm serious.
This quite often because it really does make me feel good within like 2 seconds. So I just really wish that someone got something out of this tonight. Take a moment, breathe, relax, calm your nervous system, think before you speak, think before you act, put yourself back into alignment so those things can come to you that need to come to you. God can't work with you when you all messed up. Ask me how I know. So I'm just saying. But thank you guys. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister, for coming. See, y'all don't understand the bond that is right here.
Look what Dimitrius said. We're excited.
We're here with it. We happy.
Listen, y'all, just transparency moment. When Tam opened her studio, I was, and she can tell you this, I was a big mess mentally, just emotionally. I was just, I just had a lot, y'all. I had a lot. And I'm a person who was already familiar with yoga, but stopped going to yoga because it's not taught in a way that we can really identify with.
Right.
So as my friend opened her practice and I began to go, and then she introduced me to brother who worked me out using some yoga. Come on, Yoga Fit.
And your mom.
And my mom. And y'all know the queen don't do nothing. She don't want to move, but she moved for Dimitrius.
Yes.
And she got that hug. It was over.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I really think mommy was crushing on you, but
come on, mom. Let's get it, mommy.
I ain't gonna say nothing. But in all seriousness, just a moment of transparency. I did not come into my really full awareness of being in complete alignment until I started my yoga practice and until I started just surrendering to Adrian, you don't know everything and you're not supposed to know everything.
Wow.
And it was because of these two on this screen that I even sit before you now as calm and collected as I am. And we all know I still get real flighty, especially like at the beginning of the show. But if you take the time, commit to the practice, and commit to learning something that will benefit you, and it has applications not just physically but mentally, spiritually, it will help you. So just commit to the practice. That's all I'm gonna say. And again, thank you, thank you. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. And if you really want to know who coming, I ain't telling you, because you just need to watch your teasers and you need to plug in to the websites.
Let's do it.
Later, peeps. We'll see y'all next week, same time. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all.
You too.
I know, right? Wakanda forever.
I know.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
All right.
Bye.